2 centimeters from bleeding to death. It was 2 centimeters from hitting one of my veins. So I was just like, 2 centimeters is around like that small. So just like God has God woke me up type of thing, and it's just like I kind of realized that it can be taken away from me just like that. There's only one person I can actually go to, and that was God, because He's the only person that can help me. And then at first, I saw me get injured as a like a bad thing, but then I saw it as a thing where it kind of happened for me to now get pushed closer to God. Because if He's not removing everything away from my life now, for that moment in time, and I can only go to Him, I kind of saw it as a thing where he just used that as a thing to push me closer to Him. Having that resilience comes with Christ as well, because when you go to the Bible, there's just like there's a verse, um you may fall 7 times, but it takes the wicked to fall once and be destroyed. So you may fall 7 times, you may fall 100 times, 50 times, who knows? You always get back up. But the wicked, if they fall once, that's them done. So the fact that you've fallen, you've lost, but you're still on your feet trying to get back to the top, that's the reason to keep on going no matter what.
It's a Bible scripture, and I've already said it. It's the don't lose faith in the trials and tribulation that will come, because it's nothing compared to the glory that is soon yet to come. So just that the trials and tribulation are there for a reason. It's strengthening me as a character, and there's nothing that the hardship I'm feeling, the trials and tribulation I'm feeling, is nothing going to be compared to the glory I'm going to feel. And I'm living proof of that. Obviously, starting me getting injured, throughout the season.
Ready. Welcome to the Winners Mindset podcast. Kelvin, how are you?
I'm fine, Edward. How are you today? How are you?
Really good, thank you. And I obviously really appreciate your time on here. I've been kind of watching you now for a few years, and you really inspired me, and like a lot of other people out there. So it's like a real privilege to have you on today. Just to start off, what is a winner's mindset to you?
So to me, a winner's mindset is probably someone who probably doesn't back down, because obviously my sort of definition of a winner is the last man standing. So you're gonna lose, you're gonna fail multiple times. No one has ever won every single time. So a winner's mindset is someone that basically doesn't give up, because a winner is, as I said, the last person standing. So yeah, that's a winner's mindset to me.
For you, when did you start to kind of with your love with football? Is when did that start for you?
So I started playing football when I was like around 6 or so, because I played with my brothers. My brothers were my brother growing up and everything. So it's just like it was kind of already installed into me, and then I kind of started taking it seriously when I was like around 9, 10, 11. Just kept on playing. Like usually when I go to school, when it was lunchtime, I'll be playing football. After school, playing football with my club and everything. So I've kind of always loved it type of thing. And then when it came to lockdown, and so that was when things really hit hard, because obviously before lockdown, I was trying out clubs and everything, and then stuff happened, injuries happened, and everything, so couldn't really make it through to the academies. Then lockdown happened now, so then I saw it as a chance now to help people and everything. So I've kind of always fell in love with football, watching it as well, support Liverpool. So
That's really great. And I just wanted to ask you, because from kind of knowing you off in Instagram and TikTok, you have kind of went through a lot. You kind of went through a lot of adversity, and really what I want to touch on is when you got stabbed. And I just wanted to know about that and kind of what happened. And really from that, you've obviously said before, is from that kind of when that happened, you then thought, now I'm going to really kick on.
yeah. So obviously now when that happened, that was one of the reasons that I couldn't really go as far at the time with football, because it was just like it was nothing gang feeling or anything. It's just sort of like wrong time, wrong place type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I said to myself, I'm not gonna use this as a thing to now get into the bad life, get onto the like gang life as well, get back in for doing what you've done. I'm gonna use this as a story to now mold and influence other people, and I feel like that's where my story kind of started, because just like it was a thing where I'm now using that as I'm still here. Something else could have happened, could have stabbed me in my upper half, and then getting stabbed in your upper half compared to your lower half is two different stuff. So obviously it was at my lower half, so now there's still a chance of living. I'm still here now. So now it's a thing where I'm just like, that happened. Anything could have happened in that type of moment. People die from that, but I'm still here. So now I now need to wake up, actually appreciate life and appreciate what I have, because now I'm still healthy. I can still run, I can still breathe, I can still eat. So I need to appreciate what I have. Thanks be to God. So now I need to use this now to even motivate and inspire other people, and to kind of inspired me as well, because I'm just like, wow, like people actually break down from that. They fall into depression from that. They now switch lives and want to get back at the person for doing it. So it's just like, yeah, as you said, and as I always say, I use it to inspire and motivate other people as well. So it's just like, not only if you get stabbed or something, like, it's just like any type of trial or tribulation that happens to you, you can always overcome it. Just depending on your mindset. Are you going to use it to put you in a deep hole, or are you going to use it to now motivate yourself and other people to now get back to the top?
For sure. Like you've mentioned a lot of points there. But at that time, what impact did that have on your kind of life? Because I'm just putting myself in kind of your shoes. And I'm saying,
Yeah.
because, that's really like, that's like really, really bad. And now
Mm,
my reaction would be scared, like you don't want to go outside because you don't know what's going to
mm.
happen, and that kind of vulnerability kind of kicks in. But you've kind of had the reaction of, no, this is not going to prevent me. And then you went up and up and up. But at that time, what kind of impact did that have on you?
So when it happened, I was around 14, 15. I'm in secondary school, living like a happy, jolly life. Not much is going on, like not many bad stuff are going on. So I'm just living a happy life. Nothing's really happening. But then, obviously, due to my love of football and other stuff, I'll be watching like podcasts, people like Kobe, Ronaldo, and so it's like keeping me morbid and everything in it. So now, when that happened, now I'll say that's probably like one of the first ever bad stuff that happened to me, and it was just like it was a shock, but it wasn't really a shock, because it's crazy to kind of say that stuff like that is normal nowadays, especially in London. Just the gang violence and everything. But as I said, I was a part of a gang, or I'm not part of a gang. But it's just like stuff like that is kind of normal now. So it was a shock to me, but it wasn't really a shock to me, because it was a shock to me because like, oh wow, it's happened to me. Like when you're sitting at home, you're watching the news and you hear, oh, someone's been shot, or someone's been stabbed. You're like, oh yeah, it's kind of normal. But for it
Yeah,
to be happening in front of you, it's just like, oh wow.
it's like,
So
yeah,
when it happened to me, everything kind of happened fast. Everything kind of happened fast. Went to hospital, had to get stitches and everything. So it was kind of a shock, but I was just like, oh damn, is this not going to affect my footballing career now? I couldn't play for like a couple of weeks, slash a month, because obviously the stitching I had to heal. So I'll
yeah,
say everything kind of happened fast, but I was just like, I didn't really have time to say, oh yeah, all my days, like I'm upset now, I'm angry,
yeah,
blah 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 blah. It's just like I had to actually keep calm, because it kind of affected other people as well, affecting my family, because now they're now scared how I'm gonna feel, my friends as well, my school. So it was just like I didn't really have time, but like, I didn't really have time to feel type of way. But I'm glad it was like that, because it's just like it kind of just boosted my confidence as well. Because just like, okay, now I need to keep myself happy and other people happy. So it really impacted me in a way, because it was just like everything just happened really fast. But then it was just like, yeah, it's I will see this on the news. I like everyone talks about it. It's kind of normal, but now it's in front of my eyes. Now it's happening to me. So now I can now be that person to now tell people you need to be careful when you go outside or when you do this, because
yeah,
like it can just
yeah,
happen like that. And it's easier said than done to say, oh yeah, keep safe and everything. But then for it to happen to me now, I can use that as an example to my close friends and family to actually say be safe and be careful, because like as I said, I wasn't in a gang, but it still happened to me. So you always need to be careful wherever you go, type of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that's happened to me in the last 4 or 5 months is I've started to kind of believe in God more and try to kind of read the Bible, read about Him.
yeah,
For me, that's one thing that's helped me in the last 4 or 5 months. Because when I've had a bad period in my kind of life, that's what's helped me, and I know that's what's helped you too. So I just wanted to talk, like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
like talk to me about kind of your kind of relationship with that, and about really trust in the process and kind of believing in His will.
Yeah, so obviously, I feel like most people, grow up into like a religious family, but then there's a difference between growing up in a religious family and then actually believing that faith yourself. So obviously, as a kid, I'll go to church, go Sunday school and everything. I'm taking it, but I'm not taking it as much. Obviously, I believe in God, but it's just like I'm not doing the stuff I'm supposed to be doing to show that yeah, I believe in God. So just like now, when the stabbing thing happened now, it's just like I was just like, oh wow, because I was 2 centimeters from bleeding to death. It was 2 centimeters from hit one of my veins. So I was just like, 2 centimeters is around like that small. So just like God has God woke me up type of thing, and it's just like I kind of realized that it can be taken away from me just like that. But then I'm not gonna say, yeah, that story made me get closer to God because then I still took life for granted and I still drifted away from God. And it wasn't only until like recently, like things like around October when I got my second big injury when I tore my quad. And I
Yeah,
think that's the first time I was probably at my lowest point in life because my footballing season started this season. I was playing well, probably one of the most informed players this season. And then I tore my quad in October. And then just like that, everything's gone. I can't play football
yeah,
for 2 3 months. I can't make any social media content anymore because I literally can't walk and go to the gym or do anything. So just like now I have nothing. I'm just sitting at home waiting for like 2 3 months. And obviously at the time when it happened, I didn't know how long it was going to take for me to recover. Because even Amy told me it was just like a light bruising. So they didn't tell me I tore my cord until I came the second time. So just like now it's 2 3 months. I'm sitting at home doing nothing. I was just like, there's only one person I can actually go to, and that was God because He's the only person that can help me. And then at first, I saw me getting injured as a like a bad thing, but then I saw it as a thing where it kind of happened for me to now get pushed closer to God because if He's now removing everything away from my life now for that moment in time, and I can only go to Him, I kind of saw it as a thing where he just used that as a thing to push me closer to Him. So now, when I started reading my Bible, getting closer to Him, started reading the Word and everything, things started getting better.
yeah,
January came, played my first match, scored a banging free kick as well. Start going gym, start posting more content, and everything. Fast forward months later, I've now signed a contract with Under Armour, and it's just that yeah, everyone says, oh yeah, Kelvin, we've seen your hard work for the past couple of years and months, but none of that happened without God. I'd be so real because it's that
yeah,
I was in such a downward spiral, in such a deep hole because of that injury and everything. Because I'm just thinking, when am I going to be back? When I'm back, am I going to be where I was before at the start of the season? Assisting, scoring goals, defending, everything, playing to my best ability. I'm asking myself all those questions, and then I come back from tearing my quad to now being at probably my prime.
yeah,
Signing contracts with Under Armour, um,
really,
playing my best style of playing in football and everything. And it's all glory to be to God. I'll be so rude because like now when I lose confidence now, when I go straight to the Bible. If I'm feeling scared or anxious, go to the Bible. Even if I'm feeling happy or want to give thanks, you have to go to the Bible because there's only one person and it's God. People think, oh yeah, it's because of you, it's because of hard work. You don't feel determined to work hard if it isn't for Christ. Do you get it? So it's just like everything starts from somewhere and it starts from God.
yeah. I think like for me, it's only been the last like half. Like I've been kind of watching people, and I've learned from it, and I've kind of e- like it kind of educated me, like
Mm,
like about it, and that's where I kind of learned from it. And you went through a lot, and I've got to say that. And every time you went through adversity, you went through a hard time. You've always had the resilience to kind of to kind of come back from it. So what would you say to me or the other people watching this about that? And how did you come back from it in terms of with the resilience, with the hard work, with the effort? How did you do it?
So it's just like um everyone starts from somewhere, and it's just like if you look at the people at the top right now, the Messis, the Ronaldos, the LeBron James, the Kobe's, the Michael Jordans, they all have a story as well. And I know everyone can agree, no one has ever heard a story where someone is born, they're now working hard, never lost, never had any sort of trial tribulation, and just kept on winning every single time.
Yeah,
Everyone has had that one low point in their life or story that made them switch on. So it's just like as a kid, I'll be watching those stuff, watching the motivational movies, motivational shorts and everything. And it's just like, all right, cool. So if something bad happens, I'm not going to use it as a reason to moan the wind. I'm going to use it as a reason to now say, you know what, I need to switch on now and actually make that comeback. Because
yeah,
I'm pretty sure everyone goes on TikTok and sees their motivational stuff with the motivational music in the back and everything. And you're just like, oh yeah, damn, now I need to start doing push-ups
yeah,
at 2 a.m. in the morning.
yeah,
It happens to everyone. So just like if let's say I lose, it's even a better reason to now work harder and actually have that comeback story type of thing. And as I say as well, having that resilience comes with Christ as well. Because when you go to the Bible, there's just like there's a verse. Um,
yeah.
you may fall 7 times, but it takes the wicked to fall once and be destroyed. So you may fall 7 times, you may fall 100 times, 50 times, who knows? You always get back up. But the wicked, if they fall once, that's them done. So the fact that you fall in, you've lost, but you're still on your feet trying to get back to the top, that's a reason to keep on going no matter what. And there's also another verse I read. It says, Jesus said, don't lose faith in the trials and tribulations I give you because it's nothing compared to the glory that you will receive.
Yeah.
So I don't want to now lose faith in everything I'm doing because God is now giving me these trials and tribulations to make it to the glory that I've now prayed for, type of thing. And I'll always say this I always say this to my friends and families. If you ask for a million, if you pray for £1 million, $1 million, God's not going to just drop out your doorstep. He,
So,
he's he's going to give you trials and tribulations for you to now build that character to become that person to make that £1 million. If you
yeah.
if you pray for a pro contract, you're not gonna wake up, oh yeah, pro contract for Liverpool. He's gonna give you trials and tribulations to build your character to become that player to make that pro contract. So it's just like my resilience and hard work comes from stories like that and just literally just reading the Bible and having faith in God.
It's hard because I kind of remember because like with last year I went through 4 months of playing orphan football because my confidence was so low at that time. I'd kind of other things off field where I was really finding it hard, and it felt like the world was on top of me at that point. And then I remember like now the last 6 months, like I've been playing really well, and that's for me. That's obviously down to reading the Bible, just having closer with God and learning more about me because I've learned more about me now than I have in the last
Mm,
just my whole life. So if I was going to say to anybody that maybe is going through a hard time in football or in life, then learning about God, just learn about your faith and really taking it in because then you learn more about you and you learn how to get through these adversities. So I just wanted to ask you, when did you start to think, why didn't I create a social media platform?
So I said to myself, I'm gonna make this social media platform. But it wasn't even a plan to, say I'm gonna make a social media platform and then do this, do that. It was just a thing where literally a couple months before lockdown, TikTok was going viral. Everyone was downloading TikTok, posting memes, posting this, posting that. So I was just like, I mean, as a kid, I used to grow up, watching the Sad and everything, KSI and all of them. I was just like, I've always wanted to like, make a social media as well. But then obviously as a kid, I made a YouTube channel. Obviously, everyone probably made a YouTube channel, but
Everybody
yeah,
does that.
yeah. So now, a couple months before lockdown, at first I used to post like football edits and everything, and then they didn't really bang. But then now, I posted like a motivational video of myself, saying how I played for Charlton, got released, played for Crystal Palace, got released. Now I'm still working hard to make it. And then I posted it, like there was no plan to it. I just posted it. I posted on like 8 p.m. Next morning, I went to sleep. Next morning, I wake up and I see 99 plus notifications. I was just like, what? And then I see 300k views. I was just like, yo. I go to the comments. I'm seeing people motivating me, saying, "Oh, keep going, bro." And
Yeah,
people asking me questions. So then I followed on those questions, answered those questions, making more videos. And then I started posting like workouts during lockdown as well, because then obviously, lockdown happened, no gyms are opened. I started getting quick questions about my physique as well. How did I get my physique? How am I so fast? How am I so strong? So I started making videos on that. And then when I made more videos on that, I started getting asked questions. Oh, can you do workout on this? Can you do workout on that? So then I was just like, you know what? Let me make this TikTok page to now start posting workouts and helping footballers try and make it. And then within like a month or 2 months, I've now went from 34 followers to 10,000 followers. I was just like,
wow,
yo,
incredible.
that's quick. So I was
Yeah,
just like, I want to now take this serious because as a kid, I always wanted to be the, social media influencer type. So then I started posting more and more and more, made my own slogan, train like an athlete, because obviously footballers shouldn't train like bodybuilders, they need to train like athletes. So I took that on board now, started posting more videos, even more videos, more videos, more videos, tagged with people as well. Eventually now, I'm now on 144,000 followers on TikTok,
ridiculous.
70,000 followers on Instagram, and then like 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. And like I remember the start of everything like yesterday, because that was all like 3, 4 years ago, at the start of lockdown. So
Yeah,
it's crazy. So I wouldn't say I really said, I'm gonna wake up, do this, do that, make social media. It all just happened.
yeah,
So, and I want everyone to take that story and use it in everyday life. It's just like don't force um don't force a plan, go with the flow type of thing. It's all well and good to have a plan, trust me, but don't always force it and think you're going to see results just like that. Because I
yeah,
didn't see results straight away when I started my TikTok. As I said, I started off posting edits. I'll be getting 50 views, zero likes. But then if you don't give up like me, I didn't give up. I was just like, you know what? Let me just post this video of how I got released from academies, and I
yeah,
woke up with 300k views. I'm pretty sure that video is probably on like a mill right now. So just that, keep on going, but you'll fail. As I said, I used to get 50 views, zero views. You'll fail there and then.
yeah,
But if you keep on going, you will see the light, and then eventually you get what you ask for. And now it's just like you have to be consistent. When you get it, don't now just slack off. You need to be consistent. Now I need to now post a video or 2 or 3 videos a day to now keep my content going out there to help people. So to come back to answer, well,
Yeah, to go back now and answer your question now. I never said, yeah, I'm gonna start social media. I just said I was just like, let me just post this, and then I just went with the flow type of thing. And
yeah,
I just felt like it was a thing where it was kind of my gift that God gave me. Just like, you know what, use this as a platform to now talk about me. So now, obviously, as I said, I'm now getting closer to God. So now I'm now trying to shift my content to obviously the gym and football, but obviously now push athletes now closer to Christ as well.
yeah.
So
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's mad because I can see kind of me because like when I started my podcast, it was out of like purely nowhere, and
mm,
I just started it off, and I just thought, let's see how it goes. And I know, and I was only like 14 years old, and I was bored of people having these kind of perceptions on me about me talking, and I didn't have many friends, so I just wanted to show people that what you can do with it, and I'm not saying mine is blown up like yours, but I've interviewed people like Dennis Irwin, like people like Charlie Austin, and if I sat down and like thinking back now, like these were people that I really looked up to, and even yourself, like, and it's just like it's mental that we're in a
Oh,
position.
I just want to say that that's actually crazy. I'll be real because you're what you said you're 14, 15? 14, 15 with a stammer. Obviously, as I said, like back in the days, I used to like stammer start a lot. So coming out to make a podcast at 14, 15 to now interview people like Charlie Austin and Dennis Irwin, is crazy because I'll be real, Edward, no one's doing that, especially at your age as well.
I
So for you
appreciate
to now come out with your confidence, even though you stammer, because like as a kid, I used to get picked on as well for people like saying, "Oh yeah, you
it.
can't
Yeah.
speak. Oh yeah, get your words out," type of thing. But just like you're starting a podcast, talking, and having that confidence. Like you're asking me, "Oh, how do I have the resilience?" I should be asking you, how do you have the confidence to now come out and make a podcast at 14, 15 to now interview people like Charlie Austin and Dennis Owen? Can't like that's crazy. So I'll be
Thank you.
real. Props to you, my friend. Props
Thanks
to you,
so
man.
much. And like it's not easy like to make content, like it's not easy. Like there are
Mm,
challenges. Like I remember like I went through like kind of breaks with it because maybe I wasn't getting enough views, and I've kind of reflected each time on what I need to do to improve, if it's me or if it's the editing, if it's kind of
mm,
I ask questions. And I always remember this. I just remember after making it, remember walking into school the next day, and everyone was just laughing like at me because of what I
mm,
was so strange. Like with his mindset, does he think he has one? And I used to get kind of picked on because of it.
mm.
And and it's even hard now. Like still do now, but it's about really believing in yourself, really trusting.
100%.
And when I interviewed Dennis Dennis Irwin, that was like I literally cried after it because I thought then I made it. Like I've made it a bit. Like I've shown people,
Yeah, yeah.
that's in your face. Like honestly, like that was a big kind of achievement for me.
Like, can't lie, that's another thing where when you're starting something, you'll probably definitely get laughed at. You know,
Always,
people are like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" But it's just like as I said, when I started my TikTok, I started when TikTok was kind of like popping everything. So when I start making my editing, making my videos, I'll go to school. People are like, "Oh yeah, you're making TikToks. Oh, so and so, so and so."
yeah.
Those are now the same people that are now messaging me saying, "Oh, well done, send your contract with Under Armour,"
Okay.
or can I have a gym program or something like that. So just like, no matter what you do, people won't see your vision. Like it's your vision for a reason. They're not gonna see it. No matter what you do, you'll get laughed at. You'll get like even prime example. Let's say Messi, Ronaldo.
Yeah,
They're the best football players of all time,
yeah.
arguably the best footballers of all time. They still have haters. So no matter what you do, you'll have people that will try downplay what you're doing, laugh at what you're doing. But then now, when everyone's on the bandwagon of, oh yeah, oh you're doing well, they're all gonna now start saying, oh yeah, I was there from the jump, oh well done, so and so. So, as you just said, now you've interviewed Dennis Owen and Charlie Austin. 100% probably when you went back to school, people are like, oh, you spoke to a professional footballer, so and so, so and so. So at the start, you're always gonna get laughed at 100%. And I think it's cool, but it's funny at the same time because now it's just like now when you do make it or anything, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I was there, blah blah, well done. Don't forget me. Especially the don't forget me is funny to me because those are the same people that laughed at you type of thing. So
Yeah,
just like it's just kind of don't when people laugh at you or make fun of you, don't be better about it, but use it as fuel to now even work even harder, and that's what you're doing right now. Because like I mean, like as you said, your social media is not blown yet, but you're still going, still trying to interview people. And when I saw the message that you sent me asking to do this whole thing, I was just like, is this guy really 14? And when I saw your profile picture, you in a suit, I'm like, is this guy really 14? So just like from you going from
yeah.
having a stammer and getting laughed at and everything to now interviewing people like me and like let's say Dennis Owen or Charlie Austin. As I said, props to you, man, because
Thank you
it's
very much.
not easy, especially with a stammer. It's not easy, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. And can you talk to me about kind of your your experience with a stammer? Because I know that you obviously told me that you obviously had one, and I just want to know kind of your kind of experience with it.
Mm. So obviously, when I was a kid, I used to stammer start a lot. I even had to go speech therapy at times, and it was just like you. I know you're gonna understand how understand how it feels. Just like you ask yourself, why do you do it? Because like you have like you're saying it in your head, you're not stammering in your head, but when you're saying it out loud, like it's just stuck under your throat. So just like I always used to ask myself like, why am I doing it and everything? But then when I go speech therapy and everything, it was just like was just a thing where I need to calm down because I'll be talking fast, so strong to get my words. I was just like, if I calm down, breathe in, breathe out, and then eventually it will just come out. But it was just a thing where obviously, yet again, like you'll get picked on. Well, obviously, I wouldn't like to say I got bullied because I wouldn't say I've ever been bullied, but it's just like you get like laughed at, joked about, all that, like, oh yeah, oh come on, get your words out type of thing, or like you just got laughed at. So it's just a thing where that's a thing that's kind of like affecting me growing up because it's like I've yeah, as I said, I want to be like the social media influencers. I wanted to go out in public, speak, be like a speaker. Even in school, I want to be like the head boy speaking at assemblies.
Yeah,
But then I'm just like, I have this start. I have a feeling that, oh yeah, when I speak, I'm gonna choke my words, and I feel like that's always held me back type of thing. So having it is kind of hard, but I feel like it's kind of like a superpower, especially for you, because as I said again, you have a stammer, but you're out here using that to now go out there and actually influence other people who have stammers and starters. That
yeah,
you're still out here speaking to professionals, everything. So it's just that it was kind of like a how would I say it, like a block in life, but I kind of used it to now motivate me and try to motivate others as well, because like now, as I said, I'm now speaking out on social media, talking to people. You're here making a podcast, speaking everything. So it's just, yeah, just kind of like using that block as a motivational tool type of thing.
for sure. And like and for me, like I've had kind of like for me the hardest thing for me is to say my name. Like Ed, like I can say Ed, but I can't say Edward, and at times I can't even like say Ed. So for me, what's like I can't introduce myself. Like even when I was on here, like with you before, I was really nervous about to say hi to you because for the like we pre-recorded it 2 times, and I could say hi, how are you?
Yeah.
And it's like it's those moments where you think like why can't I do it, why can't I get the words out,
Yeah, literally.
and there's no reason for it, and it's out, and what's really hard is it's not in your control, and
Yeah.
it's outside, and it's really frustrating. But one thing, and I just want to ask you, just to end this off, what's your favorite? What's your favorite quote? But I'm just gonna read out mine now, just before, because I feel like this quote I saw it the other day, and it really resonated kind of with me and kind of with my like plan and stuff. So this one was trust the timing of God, because it may not be the timing we want, but it's the timing that we need. And that kind of resonated with me because it's not to kind of rush the process. You got to give it time. You got to be patient and be calm about things. And even through adversity, even through tough moments, it's about still having the resilience to always come back. So in my life, that quote is what really for me is everything. So for you, what's your quote that really means everything to you?
So me, I would have I have two. So obviously the first one is that when I feel like I'm on the brink of losing or just like giving up on something, one quote is winning is not the winning wait, what was it again?
It's hard to remember.
Um yeah, I think it's something like winning is not winning, winning is the only thing. So it's just like I just don't want to like I just don't want to just win. It's just, I need to win
Yeah,
type of thing. And it's just so many quotes like Kobe says just just come to mind. Like literally so many, because I watch and listen to Kobe so much. So obviously, may he rest in peace. But just
amazing.
like
Yeah,
yeah, he's such a motivational person. But then another quote that like I've learned recently that I'll carry for the rest of my life is a Bible scripture, and I've already said it. It's don't lose faith in the trials and tribulations that you'll come, because it's nothing compared to the glory that is soon yet to come. So
amazing.
just like the trials and tribulations are there for a reason. It's strengthening me as a character, and there's nothing that the hardship I'm feeling, the trials and tribulations I'm feeling, is nothing going to be compared to the glory I'm going to feel. And I'm living proof of that. Obviously, the stabbing, me getting injured, at the start of the season. Now I'm just here, an Under Armour athlete, social media influencer. It's trials and tribulations and the hardship that I will feel and felt is not compared to what God has planned for me, type of thing. So that's probably the biggest quote in scripture I'll carry for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that just ends it off really well. Like that was amazing because that quote is just that really resonates with me and you as well. And you know, it's great to hear that. And I've learned even doing this podcast, like I've learned like really a lot from you, even the last years, in like with the gym and
Mm.
with the God stuff. And I feel like you're not just inspiring me, like I know my friends always watching. I know a lot of people watch you around the world, and you're such an influential, you know, kind of person. So you keep on doing what you're doing because it's
Nah,
working.
you too, man. You too, man. Honestly, because like what you're doing is more than me as well. Because I'm just like, if you're 14, 15 doing all of this, like it's just like I need to personally do more as well. So honestly, you need to keep on doing what you're doing as well, man.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys for watching. And yeah, bye bye.